Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home,
I just sold my car.
on your phone,
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning. And anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah,
Even that one?
even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
I think anytime you're beginning a season or beginning a new sport where maybe you haven't been as well conditioned as later in the season or near the end of the year, that's when you're going to be most prone to overuse types of injuries. That's going to be sprains and strains and tendonitis and stress fractures. And so I think it's most important to kind of slowly ramp up into an activity and build your volume in a stepwise way instead of jumping in all at once.
Evening session at Schwann's #1 Squirtacular 2026. Jeff Papis with you with a call tonight. The Crystal Lake Yellow Jackets are in the Apian-like black and gold, working left to right, and they take on the California Bears in the whites with purple numerals. Black trim. Glad to have you along here on the hub as we have 2 games here tonight. Our second will feature Matamidi against Edina Green, and we are underway. And it's played at center ice by the Bears and then turned back by the defender on that side, Tim McNamara, who's one of the leading scorers for this team. Now it comes into the zone right away and trying to flop on it. Sebastian Buzik in goal for California. And it comes to the far side, and they'll flail away at it there. Now picked up at center ice and passed ahead. And here's Max Bredekin, number 20, over the line. And then he will circle back. And out of the left point, Austin Pollard, and his shot does not get through. Derek Burgess in goal for Crystal Lake, 39. And now he's going to face an attempt in front of the goal, but his defense is there to bail him out as McNamara goes back for it. And then leaves it. And it's picked up by Adrian Peters, 43 up the far side, and now played to center by Keller Rayleigh wearing number 20. Now Shek Nazarov, and I won't miss that one again. Plays it ahead, back to the Crystal Lake line. Camden Montano plays it. And then into the zone, and it's offside as Ethan Wong unable to stay onside. We get a stoppage, 3 12-minute periods. no resurface break between them, so these games tend to move along pretty quick. And Ethan Heleniak wins the faceoff. Montano will play it in. And we'll go back deep. Bears play around to the far side, and going in there for Benoit Fraser, number 81, but it comes to the circle, and here's a shot that deflects wide of the goal. And now to the far side, California will pick it up and carry out to center ice, and now they've got some space and some speed. Henry Liftman throws it across, and they score. And I believe that is Ethan Wong that will get credit for that goal, but California is on the board first. A minute and 45 seconds into the game, as Crystal Lake comes and plays it into the zone. Pardon me. And now the Yellow Jackets throw off the slot. There's a good pass, and Saunders unable to turn on it, and it comes out to center ice. Calder Jackson drops it back to McNamara, and he will play it in. Comes around behind the net to the far side. Hayden Roth after it, fed to the far boards, and now we have 5 players in there trying to fish out that puck, and now behind the goal, Wong will pick it up and then takes a bump off to the far side, and California trying to work out of the zone. Now it comes to the near side, and they're over the line. Played deep by Ilya Zerko, number 61. Off to the far boards it comes. Now trying to get to it, Grayson Yao for California, but it comes out to center, and here is Crystal Lake back over the line. Braden Kuros, 27. Defender fell, and so did Kuros eventually. The puck comes free and fed up the boards. LIU plays it out to center ice where McNamara has it. And now McNamara will ease it into the zone on the far side, and going after it is Alexander Zolotarov, 26 for California. It sounds like a lot of Eastern European names there, because there are. So we'll do our best as Long will play it, and now into the zone is Solozis, number 98. Brady Solozis then lost the puck behind the net, and the Yellow Jackets will pick it up. And down the wing, McNamara. He's over the line. McNamara finally lost it in the corner. Now he's got to hustle back. And now a shot from the boards, and that winds up going behind the net from Rayleigh. And now controlled by California. They will flip one rink wide to near center ice. Montano back for it. And here he comes. Montano over the line, gets to the dot, takes the shot. Oh, and a stop made there by Busek, but it wound up narrowly missing the post as it came off him. Now to the far side. And Crystal Lake trying to keep some pressure on it. That's Peters. And now cleared finally in front of the California goal. 1-0, they lead it. And it's now picked up by Royce Sobianto, number 30, to center ice. Predican, number 20, and now played off towards the far side, and into the corner they go. Shaq Nazarov for Crystal Lake trying to fish it out. Puck comes to the right point. Yao plays it down, and now Zolotarov is after it for California, but now it's 4 players, 2 from each team, and the puck is dug out by Predican. Tried to feed the wall, and now it comes all the way back into the California zone. That will be an icing call, so we'll take a break with 6:59 to go and drag the puck back down to the left of the Crystal Lake goaltender, Derek Burgess, for the faceoff. I want to ask your indulgence here. I am just on the backside of my annual midwinter head cold, so I'll try to keep as much of it out of your ears as I can, but there may be times when I can't help it. Now, Yellow Jackets have it on the near wing, and Heleniak comes out to center ice. And it's poke checked away neatly by Wang, and now it's played into the zone. And California will come back. And there, they bring it over the line. And players fight for it. Now it winds up along the boards on the near side. And it's dug out and played down by Liftman behind the goal. Now a bank pass will come to the right point where it's held by Zolotarev. And now it trickles wide of the Crystal Lake goal to the left, and McNamara has it again. Pass up the middle is going to be brought back in offside as what came out, and Roth was not able to keep it. Yellow Jackets won in overtime against Rosemount 3-2, and then defeated Omaha Black by 3-1. So they're undefeated. Cal also undefeated, 7-2 over Jefferson earlier today, and a 5-1 win earlier in the day. So they've got 12 goals, excuse me, in their 2 games. And have conceded only 3. Sobianto on the face-off against Jackson, and at the red line, it's played across by Austin Pollard, and here comes California in a centering pass as they try to find Sobianto breaking, and now it's poked out to center. And they overskating it there as Rayleigh slaps his stick on the ice. And now comes to center. Jason Zhang will play it in over the line, and now Zhang will try to dangle through the entire defense, and it winds up coming back out to neutral ice. And here's Austin Pollard on the far side. Redican link wide to the near side, chasing after to Sobianto, but it's picked up and carried out. Here's Montano for Crystal Lake. Goes down. There's going to be a penalty, and Ilya Zerko is going to take the first penalty of the game for the California Bears. Six minutes, 33 seconds into the game. Face-off coming up to the left of the California goaltender. Puzek, and now we'll see what a 60-second power play looks like. Here's Montano, and he goes back down the wall, and after it for Crystal Lake, Rayleigh. Has it on the goal line. Puts it into the middle. Good pass. And a shot denied from in front off the stick of Peters. And Crystal Lake coming close there. Now played behind the net. And off to the far side. Hooking was the penalty. And now over the line. And here comes Rayleigh. Going right in, he flips a backhanded shot, and what a goal that was! Over the shoulder, and unstoppable. Rayleigh with the goal for Crystal Lake. And that comes at the 7:15 mark, and it is a power play goal. 1-1. And now picked up by the Bears at center, and Bredican plays it ahead, looking there for Pollard. And it winds up trickling out towards neutral ice. And Bredican after it for California. And unassisted goal for Rayleigh as back comes Crystal Lake, and now Heleniak plays it ahead, and that's picked up at the line by Yao, and back comes California. And Bredican over the line, and it comes out to center. Gets poked back, and Yao has it. Feeding over to the far side, and then getting it back on a return pass. Yao then puts it in for Bredican. It's too far. It'll come all the way back, and that'll be icing. And we'll get a face-off all the way back in the California zone. 3:57 to go. First period, 1-1 is the score. And from the draw, it's picked up and fed to McNamara at the point by Crystal Lake. Now it'll come out to center, a long pass ahead, and it's going to come on goal. It's sticked away there by Burgess off to the far side, and his defense will come back and help him out. Tapio behind the goal. Lost possession, and a centering pass, and winding up for a big shot was Sobianto. The puck never got to him, and here comes Crystal Lake back. And it's McNamara. And he winds up going wide, leaves the puck in the corner, but it's picked up and carried behind the goal by Sobianto for California. Pass out to neutral ice, and Yao unable to play it ahead. Now a backhander will come to neutral ice, where it is controlled by Crystal Lake's Calder Jackson. And flips it down deep, and Crystal Lake will finish a line change. But on a fifth player, now a pass to the near side for Yu. LAU's pass in center ice is picked off, and then Yu in turn intercepts and brings it in over the line. Now Yu stopped, and Wong now picked up and carried ahead by Wolowatz. Anthony Wolowatz for Crystal Lake cuts to the slot and then had the puck run off his blade, and it winds up behind the goal. Given up there finally as Crystal Lake again finishes a line change. Long pass to center ice, picked off by Peters and played back in. And now played around by Leon Davidian behind the goal for California. Big bench on this California team. For a squirt team anyway, usually you see smaller sized rosters, but they brought a bunch, and over the line they come. And a poke check there by Rayleigh knocks the puck away as his centering pass comes through to the near side. And Pollard goes back behind the goal. Rayleigh succumbs to the ice monster and falls, and now loose at the right point. And it comes out to center ice, and here's Jack Nazarov working to his right and finding trouble, but then gets it back in the center circle, carrying on Rayleigh over the line. And Rayleigh tried to feed the left there for Peters without success. And now Jason Jang has it, and he feeds rink wide, and stepping up there is Jack Nazarov. He comes over the line and in turn lost possession to Kathleen Van Mierlo, played it ahead. Now over the line, Predican turning back. Line change finishing up here as Jack Nazarov picks it up for Crystal Lake and plays it out to center ice. And now carried back in by Pollard with a head of steam, takes a shot, and winds up deflecting wide of the goal. Might have caught a piece of Burgess, might not, as we're down to 1:20 to go in the opening period. Loose at center ice, turning with a puck there. They lose possession as it comes back into the Bears zone. Heleniak behind the goal. Having trouble there. Centering pass as we hit the 1 minute mark. And it comes to the near side. The Bears will pick it up and play to center ice. But again, coming right back in on the right was Gorkov, and then no play there as back comes California over the line. Zolotero putting on the brakes there. No, that was not Zolotero. Centering pass. See who's wearing 22 for him. And now comes up the slot, and it's intercepted. Played out with 28 seconds to go, and a race for it back deep in the California zone. It will go for icing, and we'll get a face-off. Face-off coming up now to the left of Burgess. And the shot sails wide from the face-off, and they'll chase after it along the near boards. And picked up and played out to center by Kuros, and that's intercepted. Carrying back in is Zolotarov over the line, and here's a shot that floats wide of the goal. And McNamara around the near side for Kuros on the near boards, plays it out to center ice. Declan Regan chasing after it, but now carrying on is Kuros over the line. And it's off at the end of the period. So we'll get a timeout here. 1-1 after the first period in the first game of our evening session. This is Squirtacular 2026 on the Youth Hockey Hour.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home,
I just sold my car.
on your phone,
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning, and anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
There's a little debate as to what the score is. I was under the impression that each team had scored in the first period. Greg Tinty, who knows all, and this time decided to tell some. There's a glove save on a rush by Braden Kuros as to what the actual score of the game is. And I could have sworn one puck went into the net for each team in the first period, but the scoreboard says 1-0, and that means they might know something that we don't. And here's a shot and another save made by Busick in goal for California. 22 is Sainer Severson. And the program is number 64, wearing number 22. So now we got that fixed, and there may be a couple other of those out there that I have to chase down before this game is over. So it's either 1-0 or 1-1 as the puck comes out to center ice, and here is Fraser splitting the defense. Benoit Fraser going in and takes a shot and put it wide. Boy, a good opportunity there, good hustle, but just not able to get the shot on frame. And now Crystal Lake back, Wolowatz at center ice and lost possession. Fraser playing it ahead for Wong over the line. Wong has Liftman breaking. The pass to him, Liftman throws it back in front. It's laying there and finally picked up by Crystal Lake, and they will start out at center ice. Here's Montano over the line. He centers it, and it trickles through as Busick unable to stop it completely. Now it winds up behind the goal, and Saunders. And the puck went right through a line change. Two players hopping off the ice, and somehow neither one of them managed to touch the puck. And we get the whistle. Faceoff will come outside the California blue line. And now from his knees, Bredican tries to, Rayleigh tries to play it ahead. He may or may not have a goal here in the first period of this game. Now over the line. It's picked up by Severson, and now along the far boards. Tries to throw it in the middle, that's intercepted, and Crystal Lake will play out to center ice. Check Nazarov, and now gets some help from Rayleigh. Over the line, Rayleigh takes the shot, pad save by Busick, comes off to the near side. And now played up the slot. Peters trying to hold it for Crystal Lake, and now it is picked up by Shaq Nazarov, throws it across. And he and Rayleigh have done a pretty nice job here as the puck comes to the blue line, and it's past Shaq Nazarov and back into the Crystal Lake zone. McNamara, Shaq Nazarov, and they will flail away at it right near the blue line. Finally picked up by Crystal Lake, and they will regroup. 2 minutes gone, second period. Over to the near side, Rayleigh. And then Rayleigh throws it across, and a save made. And we have a goaltending change. Isaac Tamkin is in goal for California now, number 50. And now picked up by Rayleigh, goes around behind the net, looks to center, nothing doing there. While I'm at it, I might as well check the other goal as well. And Burgess still in goal there, but now his teammates putting pressure on the opposite way. And finally picked up by the Bears. And they will get the puck to the blue line and finally out to center, where Montano trying to play a bouncing puck, get some help there from Heleniak. And now the Yellow Jackets will work it wide and now try to go up the middle, and Wang is there to pick that off. And tries to carry over the line on the left. Zhang is working hard, throws it across, and a save made, and a good stop there. As Zirkle had a good chance, they score, and of that we are certain. And it looks as though Wang has scored the goal. So the scoreboard says it's 1-1. So 3:16 is the time of the goal, and now we know what the score is. And I apologize for not knowing what the score was. Wang from Zhang. Trying to get this all figured out without losing my mind here. And now it's a 1-1 game, 8 minutes to go in the second period. And Crystal Lake will try to move the puck around to the far side, but that's going to be held up by Yu and then played back down the wall. As Sleozis comes in and throws a little modest hit as the puck comes behind the net, and this is Liffman looking for some help and winds up getting steered to the boards on the near side. And Zolotarev guarding at the point, but the puck comes down and Liffman plays it off the wall and puts it in front where it's picked off by Jackson. Back comes Crystal Lake. Played on into the zone. McNamara then will wheel back and let his teammates chase it. Goes to the right defensive position, and now puck comes up the near wall, and the Bears will start up. They try to play it ahead with Wang, who scored the goal, now starts out again, and that is broken up at the center circle by McNamara. Now Crystal Lake again on the defensive, the puck played ahead as Benoit Fraser plays it in. Now comes loose at the right edge and steered behind the goal by Burgess. Puck loose along the wall. And Brennican tried to play it ahead for California. Now it comes back out to neutral ice. And here's a steal. Crystal Lake, Kuros centers it. Seeing eye pass and a shot right on. And Rayleigh had a good chance for a second goal, and Tamkin played that perfectly. Came across left to right and the angle all the way. Just a nice piece of goaltending there, and we'll get a face-off to the right of the California goal. Now from the draw, Rayleigh shoots, and a toe save there by Tamkin. Puck comes to the left point, and Tapio plays it down, but it's intercepted and then played across. And they'll scrap for it there. Finally, Crystal Lake will come back in on the right side. Less than 6 minutes now to go in the period. Chasing after it is Adrian Peters in the corner. And it comes around to the near side. Roth. And that is knocked away from Severson. Puck comes up the boards, and now Rayleigh, as his line mate, breaks for the net. And now puck loose in the circle. Peters loses his stick. Tapio has it. Backhands one towards the net, and it winds up going wide. California's Davidian has it and now plays up the near side for Severson. Long pass to center ice, and that's tipped ahead. Nice piece of work there by Bredican, but now comes out towards the blue line. And we get a whistle and an offside against California with 5:15 to go in the second period. 1-1 the score. Rayleigh for Crystal Lake and Ethan Wong for California. And that's going to be iced from the face-off, so we'll go back for another draw back in the Yellow Jacket zone. Shaved a few seconds off the clock, down to 5:07 to go. Good tight game here, 1-1. The first of 2 games on this sheet tonight. Tomorrow we are parked over at number 5, rink number 5, which is the Bethel University home rink. We'll have 8 games for you tomorrow. There's a lot of games. From the face-off, it's played to the right edge of the goal, and a shot. Boy, turned away from in tight on Jason Zhang. Nice piece of goaltending there from Burgess. And now puck comes up the wall on the near side. Crystal Lake trying to break out, and it winds up rolling to center. Here they come. Penalty coming. And over the line, it's Heleniak closing. Check that. Gorkov scores! And forget the penalty. They'll take the goal instead. Brandon Gorkov with a goal, and Crystal Lake has restored the lead. 7:17 of the second period. All right, 2-1 the score. And Crystal Lake has claimed the lead for the second time in this game. Now played into the middle for Yu, and then Yu goes down, picked up by Heleniak over the line, and we get an offside. Unassisted goal for Gorkov at 7:17, and now Tapio plays it down. Now, puck at neutral ice and over the line. Here comes California in. This is a breakaway and a goal for Ethan Wang, who's got 2 now. And that evens things up. 3:42 to go. Now Severson from the faceoff. And Benoit Frazier gets an assist at 8:18, and it's 2-2. Puck up to the slot, and Tapio plays it down. Picked up there by Calder Jackson, but can't move it to the front of the net, and now McNamara. Starts up and has it knocked away, and now here comes Severson back for California over the line. And throws it in front. Oh, that was close, and a good stop, or a good effort there by Bredican, but not able to drag that puck onto the backhand. Had an open net, and now picked up by Crystal Lake, and they play it in, and Regan goes after it and then bounces off the defender Hayden Roth, and now it's picked up in the right corner. And California long pass to center, and that's picked off and brought back in by Shakhnazarov, and it's offside, as Rayleigh is not able to dive past the blue line and put the play onside. Now back into the zone, and Montano has it for Crystal Lake. Pass out to center ice, picked up, and here's Wong again over the line, but it's offside, and that was close. As Jason Zhang just unable to clear, and we'll get a face-off at neutral ice. 2:32 to go in a 2-2 game here late in the second period. Now out to neutral ice, and backtracking for California is Yao playing it ahead. And now Shakhnazarov will play it in. And Crystal Lake now gains zone entry. Shakhnazarov, we have a penalty coming up as we have a Crystal Lake player down in the corner, which might have been Rayleigh, but anyway, heading to the penalty box is Kathleen Van Mierlo for California. Nine minutes and 47 seconds of period number 2. And it'll be a 60-second power play for Crystal Lake, which has a power play goal tonight. And out to center. Here's Rayleigh over the line. McNamara on his left. Pass to McNamara, and a two-handed swat there by Severson puts the puck to the corner. Now Peters can't hold it, and the puck comes out to center ice, and here is Sainer Severson over the line. Severson drags towards the middle, and then is denied at the post by the goaltender Burgess. Now back behind the goal with minute 40 to go in the period. And now picked up by Peters, who comes over the line to the near side. And Peters will go to the corner and then fall as the puck winds up swung around to the near side, but holding it in there. McNamara gets to the circle. McNamara centering pass blocked by the goaltender, but played up the slot, and Rayleigh tries to take a shot that hits the defense, and now played down for Rayleigh from McNamara, and it winds up going into the corner where Austin Pollard will play it around to the near side for California. Now played, and it's going to go all the way down the ice and not go far enough for icing. So penalty is over, and Crystal Lake with a minute to go in the second period. A pass to center too far for Heleniak, and now played back in over the line, and here comes California. And that is Liffman, and he plays it around behind the net to the near side. Wang, who has both the goals for California. They play forward to the corner. And finally, it winds up coming loose, and it's Rayleigh taking it behind the goal, sidestepping the forecheck of Liffman. Now comes to the near side, plays it up the middle, and here is Shakhnazarov. Comes over the line, watches there as Fraser swats him with a back check, and it comes out to center ice. As Heleniak tries to break in and can't. Now here's Liffman. 13 seconds in the period, and that's stolen away, and here comes Rayleigh and plays it ahead. Winger had to come back to stay on side. Shakhnazarov there, and it kind of killed the momentum of the rush. Now it's in the corner, and the period comes to an end, and our score is 2-2. As California scores twice, both through Ethan Wang and the goal for Crystal Lake from Brandon Gorkov. And we stand at 2-2 after 2 here on the Hub.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
And we have a 2-2 tie. The Crystal Lake Yellow Jackets working left to right. California Bears right to left. Jeff Pappas with you, having a fun Saturday evening here in the bitter chill of the northern metro. Only 5 below when I looked at my phone when we came in, which is better than it was last night. Over the line offside right away. It was when I finally gave up and went to bed last night, it was 21 below, and I'm assuming that it was probably that cold where our friends in the Twin Cities were, wherever you were. All right, here we go. And it's picked up from the faceoff by Zolotarov and played out to center ice over the line, and Fraser had it broken up right at the blue line, and from his knees Gorkov plays to the left. Now it'll come back into the zone, and Gorkov this time slips, and it comes up the slot, picked up there by Fraser, going in on goal. Fraser shoots, save, and a rebound is denied at the left edge. Good stop by Burgess. Or they changed goaltenders too. They have. Brendan Saunders is now in goal for Crystal Lake. And now here comes California. Fraser again throws it across, and it winds up coming all the way through. So both teams use both their goaltenders. Now played to the far side, and California will go behind the net. And a good forecheck there from Bredican. It winds up coming towards the left point and held there by Davidian. Now, behind the goal, Bredican looks to center it and winds up dispossessed by McNamara, who plays it around all the way to the far side. Pollard trying to hold it there and can't as it comes out to center. Isaac Tamkin remains in goal for California. And now it's picked up at center ice, and here's Quiros over the line. Quiros, and a poke right on goal from Calder Jackson. Puck came free and just used the toe of the stick to tap it on net. And the save made by Tamkin with 10 minutes, 1 second to go here in the third period. And from the draw, going after it there is Jackson after the defender fanned on the outlet pass, and it comes up the slot, backhanded shot, and a save made off of Keller Grayley by Tamkin. We'll get a face-off in the California zone again. That shaved off a few seconds. Matamidai and Edina White coming up next here on this ice. And then Championship Sunday tomorrow. We've got a whole bunch of hockey for you here on the hub. There's a penalty coming, and it's going to put Crystal Lake on the power play. And hooking is indicated as Quiros was taken down. 3 penalties in the game, all against California. Zolotarov is going. And it comes 2 minutes and 17 seconds into the third period. And another power play. Centering pass winds up coming to grief, but now a shot from a sharp angle comes down in front from Kuros. And off to the far side where it's controlled now by Wolowitz. And he tries to play it in, and out it comes. Down the far wing, Severson. Over the line, plays it down deep. Pollard holds at the left point and plays it down behind the goal. Montano after it. And now here comes Crystal Lake back. Kuros over the line and throws one towards the net, and it's under the goaltender. And then we'll get a face-off in the California zone. Power play has 11 seconds to run. Face-off coming to the left of the goal. Peters wins the draw, feeds it to McNamara. Back to Peters. Good pass to Tapio on the far side, takes the shot, and it's turned away by Tamkin. Off to the far boards, and now clear to the line, and brought back in offside by Tapio as the penalty expires, and that takes care of that with 8 minutes and 38 seconds now to play in the third period. 2-2 the score. Yellow Jackets already have an overtime win. Their first game against Rosemount was a 3-2 score. Now played to the near side for Zhang at center. He and McNamara go to the boards, and Zhang wins the puck. Now plays it ahead, and it's controlled by Tapio for Crystal Lake. Plays to the middle, and that's intercepted. And then it comes back out as Wang tried to bring it in, and now on the near side, here's a shot right on from Shakhnazarov. And a stoppage as Tamkin makes the save. 8:11 now to go. And Tapio falls from the face-off, and now back comes California. Zerko passes to the left. Bredican scores! Max Bredican, and it's 3-2 for California. And they have the lead with 7:54 to go. So the time of the goal is 4 minutes and 6 seconds. And California takes its first lead of the game. It's now 3-2. 7:54 to go. Max Bredican with a goal. Now played back in the California zone from the face-off. Pollard. And Ilya Zerko gets the only assist on the goal by Bredican. And it's 3-2 California with 7:37 to go. We'll take a face-off in the California zone. To the left of goaltender Isaac Tamkin. And Heleniak on for this draw for Crystal Lake as the puck comes to the near boards. And finally taken to the corner. They try to play it out there, but in to help. Gorkov now pass to the blue line. It's brought back in well offside by Camden Montano. He had 3 teammates offside. And a face-off outside. We're down to 7:18 left. Back into the zone it goes, and California trying to find a way out as Kuros in there trying to win the puck. It finally comes out, and Grayson Yao plays it. Here's a shot that goes wide as the puck dribbled onto the stick of Calder Jackson. And he puts it just wide of the goal. Now played to the left point area and out to center ice where Jackson controls it. Jackson tries to carry in and then lost possession. Cross ice pass is intercepted. And here comes California. Ethan Wong back, and his shot was deflected over the top of the goal by Montano. And now behind the net, Bredican looking to center it and intercepted. Crystal Lake trying to get out, but Jackson was not able to make contact on his pass attempt as it's picked up by Montano. And he is in turn ridden off at center. Bredican playing it back in, centers it, and Wang after it. He's got it, he's free, and he shoots and he puts it wide. Nice play there by Ethan Wong looking for a hat trick. He had 5 goals in the first 2 games for his team and has 2 of their goals here in this one, so 7 for the tournament as the puck is shot all the way down the ice. And it is going to be picked up there by Crystal Lake. Kuros centers it and not able to get it to Montano as it was bouncing in the slot, and now here comes California. Hayden Roth, rink wide pass over the line. Here's Fraser closing. Fraser scores, bar down, it's 4-2. Benoit Fraser, and Cal has a 2-goal lead. 6 minutes and 16 seconds the time, and the Bears scored the last 3, and that was a pretty goal by Benoit Fraser as he came in and then had a rising shot over the glove of the goaltender Saunders off the bar and down. 4-2 with 5:44 left. McNamara at center, now to Peters. We'll see if they have an answer. Peters a pass to the right for Keller Rayleigh, who has a goal for Crystal Lake, and now it's Rayleigh trying to come in front, goes down and centers it right through the crease. Here's Sleozis on the far side for California, comes to center ice, and LAU poking at it. Fraser from Roth, and now here comes Crystal Lake in, and again it's Keller Rayleigh. Then he overskates, and the puck comes to the point and out. McNamara. In the center circle and over the line. Here's Rayleigh. Forced wide, but Rayleigh then leaves it for Shaq Nazarov, and now it's loose. Rainey in the corner. Less than 5 minutes to go now. Shaq Nazarov comes out with the puck, gets to the backhand. Now the puck poked up the middle and held by Tapio. And Shaq Nazarov shoots. That's off the traffic. It comes up the slot. Peters tries, and again, knocked away by the defense. Now the puck comes to the near corner. They play it up the wall, and we have a penalty coming as the centering pass. Shaq Nazarov shoots over the top. And now delayed penalty coming as the puck comes towards the right point, and it's picked up now by Keller Rayleigh. Cross to the left side. And let's see. That comes out. So they're going to have to clear the zone. Now a pass to the near side is touched finally by Sleozis, and now the penalty is called. And it's going to go against LAU. Tripping. And it comes at the 7:57 mark at a time when Crystal Lake needs a goal, trailing 4-2. The Yellow Jackets to the California Bears. And now from the draw, it's in the corner, California trying to clear. And that winds up going over the glass and into the netting, so we'll get a stoppage. And we'll get a face-off again to the left of the goaltender, who goes out for a skate to the corner. Playing around behind the net. And cleared. Now here is Montano back for Crystal Lake. Down the wing. Goes down as Fraser came in with a check, and now we have a whistle. And we're going to take a face-off in the California zone. We got a hand pass there. I'm not sure what we had. As Heleniak on for the face-off, lost the draw to Ethan Wong, and now it's cleared behind the net, down to the far side. On the hash mark, Montano. 24 seconds left on this power play. And a pass to an open side. Going back for it is Wolowatz for Crystal Lake, and now he has troubles. He tries to come up the wall, finally leaves it now. An outlet pass is intercepted and carried out to center ice. And finally turned back by Montano as the penalty comes to an end. The pass to the right side and trying to latch onto it is Heleniak. And Heleniak centers, it comes up the slot, and here's a shot right on. A save made off of Gorkov by Isaac Tamkin, and a face-off coming with 2:55 to play. Puck down, and it goes back to the corner. Pollard tried to play it out, and Crystal Lake trying to hold on the wall here with just under 3 minutes to go now. Puck comes to the point area, and it's turned back down by Declan Regan. And now in the left corner, Pollard tries to go up the wall again, and finds the going tough. Now finally they do get the puck, and a rink-wide pass from Bredekin to center ice, and that finds the breaking Severson. And now back comes Crystal Lake down the wing, hustling after it is Kuros, and then now it's put in front, and there's 4 white shirts there. Puck comes free and held for the moment. And finally played on out the center. Here's McNamara coming in there on a change. McNamara closes in and overskates. Nice idea. Saw California changing, cut straight to the net, and then could not control it. Now back in the right corner with 1:49 to go. Roth feeds it over to the far side, and now bank pass will come out to center. Now Peters has it for Crystal Lake, and we'll take it back behind the goal. Less than 2 minutes to go. Peters passes to the left, and he finds the tape of Rayleigh, but then lost it. Now Fraser over the line, and Fraser centers, and that is deflected wide in front of the goal by Ethan Wong. And now it comes to center ice. It's picked up there by Rayleigh. And now Peters over the line against Ethan Fraser. Now played back into the corner. Fraser. And now a centering pass is deflected. Winds up in the corner to the far side where it's controlled by Wolowatz. Goaltender is being pulled with 1 minute to go. And 6 skaters on now. Peters battling 2 defenders in the corner. The puck finally picked up, and Fraser plays it out to center where it's controlled by Montano. Plays it through the legs of a defender and then brings it in, but he would have been offside. Now Rayleigh waiting, and he brings it in, and it is legal now with less than 1 minute to go. And finally picked up by McNamara. And then playing around behind the goal after it there is Czech Nazarov, and then back around to the near side for Peters with 25 seconds left. It'll go back into the corner. And the Bears clear behind the net. Severson falls. But that's okay. He's got the puck with 12 seconds to go, and then he shoots it the length of the ice, and it will go far enough for icing with 5 seconds to play. And California will put the clamps on this game with 2 third-period goals, 2-2 after 2. We have Matamidi and Edina Green coming up to close out our night here on sheet number 3. And the puck down, and it's underneath the centers. Now off to the boards as the buzzer goes, and the game is over. And California celebrates a 4-2 victory. They get 2 goals in the game from Ethan Wong, and then third-period goals from Bredekin and Fraser to put the wraps on it. California wins it by a score of 4-2. We'll resurface the ice and come back with our last game of the night. Matamidi taking on Edina Green next here on the Youth Hockey Up.